Ladies and gentlemen, seekers of wealth, truth, and abundance, today I bring you a secret, a sacred ritual that has passed quietly from mystic to mystic, from master to student, through generations. Now it comes to you, a simple act, yet incredibly powerful one that requires no tools but your hands, your faith, and cash, yes, physical money. In a world dominated by digital transactions and cold numbers, we forget the energetic power that physical money carries. We forget that money is not just paper or coin, it is energy, a living vibration. When you hold it in your hand, you are holding concentrated manifestation power. And when you align your thoughts, emotions, and ritualistic focus, something extraordinary happens. Money multiplies. When we look at cash, a physical bill or coin, we often see it as a transactional object, a means to buy groceries, pay rent, or collect in a wallet. But what we fail to realize is that this object we call money is more than a means to an end. It is concentrated energy, a symbol of value, exchange, flow, and power. To begin the ritual of multiplying wealth, we must first transform our relationship with money. And that starts with how we touch it, how we feel about it, and how we hold it. When you hold cash in your hands, understand that you are holding something many souls have desired, prayed for, toiled for, and fought over. The energy of all those transactions, intentions, and desires still lives in it. Money has passed through hands of fear, love, greed, charity, and ambition. It holds vibrations. The first step is to purify your perception and hold it not with desperation or indifference, but with reverence. As you place it between your palms or fingers, take a moment to center yourself. Let go of any fear, guilt, or shame you've been taught to associate with money. These are emotional toxins that clog the flow of abundance. You cannot multiply what you resent, and you cannot attract what you fear. As you hold that money, feel admiration, not for its purchasing power, but for the spiritual principle it represents: exchange, value, and manifestation. Wealth begins as an internal experience before it becomes external. Imagine this: each bill or coin in your hand is like a seed, and like any seed, it holds within it a code that, when planted in the right soil with the right belief and energy, will multiply. But a seed only responds to care, respect, and attention. If you drop it carelessly or stomp on it with bad thoughts, it withers energetically. That's why the first step in this ritual is to hold money with sacred intent. Run your fingers slowly over the paper. Feel the texture, the weight, the edges. Let your hands and senses absorb the reality of it. Don't rush, be present. The act of conscious touch is a spiritual declaration. I acknowledge you. I honor you. I am aware of your power and my connection to it. This is no longer money. This is now a magnet, an energetic tuning fork for wealth to find you. Hold the money with both hands, not casually, but gently and with focus. Close your eyes if you need to. Let your body still. Let your breath slow. Become mindful of what's in your possession. You are not just holding cash, you are holding possibility. Each bill is a potential house, trip, opportunity, solution, dream. When you understand this, the energy in your body begins to shift, and as you hold it, begin to speak inwardly or whisper softly to the money. Say, "You are sacred, you are energy, you are infinite, you are welcome in my life, you are safe with me." These words matter. They build a new pattern in your subconscious. You are not just touching, you are programming. Money responds to belief. When treated as sacred, it becomes a sacred servant. This is the beginning of financial alchemy. You are not just a spender or saver, you are a creator. Your hands are the tools through which this ritual is enacted. Energy flows where attention goes. And attention, focused through touch and intention, awakens the slumbering power of money to return, to multiply, to obey the call you have placed upon it. Let your thoughts now connect with gratitude as you hold this money. Feel thankful not for what it has bought, but for what it can become. This is the quantum leap shifting from scarcity to expansion. Thank it for already coming back to you multiplied, even before you spend it or save it. When you approach money with trust and appreciation, you create a magnetic resonance in your energy field. As your hands continue to cradle this currency, visualize yourself not as someone who needs more money, but as someone who is a vessel for money to flow through. You are not the dam, you are the river. Money is not something you chase, it is something that flows to those who are aligned, conscious, and in harmony with it. Breathe deeply into this moment. Inhale through your nose and exhale gently through your mouth. Let your breath move through your arms into your hands, into the money. Imagine golden light flowing through you, charging the cash with pure light. In that moment, you are cleansing the money of all previous energy and preparing it for multiplication. Let go of all memories of past financial struggles as you hold this money. This is not the money you once borrowed, lost, or feared. This is new. This is recalibrated. You are giving it a new purpose to attract its own kind, to grow, to circulate back with friends. You're setting it on a mission, a sacred journey of increase. Now, gently move the money from one hand to the other. Feel the energetic difference between your left and right palms. The left hand is your receiving hand. The right hand is your giving hand. By passing money between them, you are practicing the principle of flow. You are telling the universe, I receive with grace and I give with joy. This is the law of increase. Continue holding the money for as long as you feel led. Let it sit in your hands as if it were a fragile relic of immense power, because it is. When you treat it with sacredness, it responds to you not as paper, but as a partner, a loyal messenger that brings back to you what you command through your thoughts, words, and actions. This is how wealth begins, not in the bank, not in the job, not in the inheritance, but in the hands of a soul who remembers that money is a spiritual force, and that when it is held with honor, it returns with multiplied glory. There is a sacred time in every day, a window where the noise of the world has not yet awakened, and the vibrations around us are still pure, still uncluttered by the mental chatter of society. That time is the early morning, especially just before sunrise. It is not just a time on the clock, it is an energetic portal where the unseen world becomes more accessible. And that is exactly when this ritual should be done, when silence surrounds you, and your connection to the spiritual realm is at its peak. Silence is not emptiness. It is fullness, unspoken. It is in the quiet that the soul begins to speak clearly. The ritual of multiplying wealth requires deep focus and alignment. It is not something to be rushed or performed casually between texts and noise. It demands an atmosphere where the frequency of abundance can be summoned without interference. In silence, you are not just alone, you are present, and presence is power. Think of the early morning as the spiritual world's dawn, a time when your subconscious mind is still in theta or delta brainwave states, the frequencies of manifestation, clarity, and magic. Your conscious filters have not yet activated. Your limiting beliefs are still asleep. This is when your intention has the greatest access to the energetic matrix of creation. The moment your feet touch the ground in the morning, you are stepping into a fresh vibration. What you choose to do in those first minutes determines the tone of your day, and if you choose to perform this ritual with cash in your hands at that time, you are seeding wealth into the very fabric of your reality. You are not just starting your day, you are programming it with abundance. Silence also has a mystical quality. It strips away distraction. No television, no social media, no voices, just you, your breath, and the presence of the divine. In that state, your words carry more weight, your emotions carry more charge, and your intentions penetrate deeper into the energetic field. Silence is not the absence of sound, it is the presence of sacred stillness. There is a reason why ancient mystics, prophets, and sages always rose before the sun. They knew that in those early hours, divine downloads were easier to receive. The noise of the world had not yet built its walls. The veil between dimensions was thinner, and so when you wake before sunrise to perform this ritual, you are not just waking early, you are waking into divine alignment. Sit in a calm place, maybe your altar, your bed, a quiet corner, or even outside beneath the sky. Do not speak, do not move quickly. Let your soul settle into the rhythm of silence. Let your breathing guide you deeper. Let your body become still, and when you reach that place of inner quiet, bring out your cash. Let it touch the silence before you even touch it. As you hold the money, feel how quiet amplifies your awareness. Every detail of the bill, every fold, every cent becomes more noticeable. That is presence. And in that presence, you become a powerful conduit. This is when your intention travels farthest. Noise dilutes energy, silence concentrates it. Your manifestation becomes laser, focused in stillness. There is a kind of magic that happens only in the early morning. Your spirit is freshly returned from the dream world, where it was busy accessing timelines, communicating with higher realms, and sorting through energies. In that twilight state, you are still carrying spiritual momentum. Performing your ritual at this moment acts like a bridge anchoring spiritual abundance into physical form. If early mornings are not possible, then choose a time when your world is quiet late at night or during moments of solitude. The key is not the hour on the clock, but the absence of outer stimulation. The quieter your surroundings, the louder your intention becomes in the spiritual world. This is when the universe listens intently. Silence is also a sign of respect. When you are quiet during the ritual, you show that you are not treating this as a casual practice. You're not multitasking. You're not checking your phone between affirmations. You are entering sacred space, and the universe responds to that level of devotion by multiplying what you hold with sacredness. When you practice the ritual in silence, you allow your inner voice, your intuition to come forward. Ideas, images, emotions, even whispered guidance from spirit may arise during the ritual. These are not distractions. These are signs. When the outer world is hushed, the inner world begins to roar. You become receptive not just to money, but to wisdom, direction, and clarity. Allow yourself to linger in the silence even after the ritual is complete. Don't rush to speak or check your phone. Let the energy settle. Let the vibration of what you've just activated marinate in your aura. In silence, energy takes form. In stillness, creation begins. The most powerful rituals don't end with noise, they end with a whisper to the universe that says, "I trust you." And most importantly, remember, silence is not empty space. It is creative space. Every moment of quiet you offer the ritual is a moment where the universe fills you back up. In that silence, the seed of wealth you've planted begins to grow unseen at first, but soon to emerge with multiplied blessings. Words are not mere sounds. They are vibrations, carriers of intention, and builders of reality. When you speak to money, you're not engaging in fantasy, you're engaging in spiritual technology. Every word you utter imprints the cash you're holding with an energetic message. And just like a seed receives instructions to grow, your spoken words become instructions for that money to multiply. You see, cash is not dead. It may seem like paper, metal, or numbers, but in truth, money is living energy. It responds to emotion. It absorbs the frequency of the environment it's in. It remembers how it's treated. And when you speak to it with power, clarity, and love, it becomes activated like a signal being sent into the universe that says, "This is what I want more of. This is what I'm aligned with." Most people curse money without even realizing it. They say things like, "I never have enough," or "money is hard to get," or "I'm always broke." These are not just complaints, they are commands. The subconscious mind records them, and the energetic field responds accordingly. When you reverse that, when you bless money with your words, you break the pattern of scarcity and begin the programming of overflow. Hold the money close to your mouth, whisper to it, speak directly. Don't just recite affirmations robotically. Let your words flow with emotion, with conviction, with intention. Speak as if the money can hear you because it can. Say things like, "You are powerful. You are a magnet for more. You are returning to me multiplied. I honor you. I welcome you. I celebrate you." These declarations do something remarkable. They recalibrate your frequency. As you speak, your body responds, your cells respond, your mind aligns. And when your internal energy aligns with abundance, the money in your hand becomes a vibrational match to more of itself. What you praise, you raise. What you affirm, you attract. You may feel silly at first. That's okay. It's only because we've been conditioned to see money as cold, impersonal, transactional. But the ancient mystics and modern manifestors know the truth: everything is energy, and everything responds to conscious attention. Your voice is the key that unlocks the multiplication of wealth. Use it. It's not just about what you say, it's how you say it. Speak slowly. Let each word carry emotion and presence. Don't rush through affirmations just to complete a checklist. This is sacred work. Let your breath, your tone, your posture communicate respect and power. Say it as if a genie were listening, because the universe is. If you're in a space where you cannot speak aloud, then speak internally. Visualize the words wrapping around the money like a golden light, but if you can speak aloud, do it. Your voice carries vibration that penetrates reality. The spoken word is one of the oldest, purest forms of creation magic. That's why in many holy texts, creation begins with "let there be." Your speech initiates abundance. Let your words rise from the heart, not just the mind. Don't say what you think sounds right, say what feels right. Let love speak, let gratitude speak, let boldness speak. Tell the money how good it feels to have it. Tell it that it's welcome in your life, that you respect it, and that you're ready for it to return again and again. This part of the ritual also heals your relationship with money. By speaking kindly to it, you undo the inner blocks, the guilt, and the shame. You reframe money as a friend, a tool, a gift, not an enemy, a burden, or a source of stress. When your inner narrative around money changes, your outer reality will mirror it. The more emotional charge you place behind your words, the stronger your manifestation becomes. So speak with fire, speak with certainty. Let your words move your spirit. If you begin to tear up, or feel chills, or sense a shift in your energy, that's the sign that your words are reaching deeper levels of activation. Repeat your favorite money affirmations 3, 7, or even 11 times. Odd numbers carry mystical weight. Don't be afraid to get creative. You can even create your own wealth incantation, a personal mantra that resonates deeply with your soul. The more personal it feels, the more powerful it becomes. Once you've spoken abundance into the money, pause. Let the silence receive your words. Feel the energy you've stirred up. In that moment, the money in your hand is no longer ordinary, it is charged, blessed, and programmed. You've turned it into a vessel of manifestation that is now ready to carry your intention into the material world. And remember, words are spells. That's why we say we're spelling them. Every time you speak abundance into your cash, you are casting a spiritual spell of multiplication. You are telling the universe, "I am ready, I am worthy, I am open to receive." And when that frequency is real, when it's consistent, the universe has no choice but to respond. The human mind is a projector. It doesn't just perceive reality, it shapes it. When you visualize something with clarity, consistency, and emotion, you begin to pull that reality toward you like a magnet. Visualization isn't a fantasy or wishful thinking. It is an energetic rehearsal for your future. And when you combine this practice with the physical presence of cash in your hands, you create a vortex of wealth that begins to attract more of itself. As you sit with money in your palms, begin to close your eyes. This isn't about imagining randomly. It's about consciously constructing a scene that reflects the outcome you desire. See yourself in a version of your life where financial stress no longer exists. You are not worried, not anxious, you are free, empowered, and at ease. Your entire being is surrounded by the feeling of overflow. Picture money returning to you in miraculous and unexpected ways. It may come as a gift, a refund, a sudden payment, or a long, lost opportunity. The how does not matter, the feeling of receiving does. Let your mind imagine cash flowing into your hands like a river, endless, clean, and generous. Let it come from every direction, north, south, east, and west. Visualize your bank account balance increasing. See the numbers rise and feel the emotion that comes with it: security, pride, excitement, freedom. Let it feel real. Your brain doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's vividly imagined. So the more realistic and emotional your visualization, the more your subconscious mind begins to accept it as truth. Add layers to your vision. See yourself smiling as you pay bills effortlessly. See your loved ones enjoying life with you, without financial limitations. Imagine receiving messages of new income opportunities, hearing a knock on the door and finding a check, discovering extra cash in your wallet, or simply having more than enough in your hands. Let this vision be alive and multi-sensory. Feel the weight of the cash in your hands growing. Imagine it multiplying physically. The bills expand, the coins increase. You feel the energy thickening, like abundance is physically manifesting right between your palms. It's not just a daydream, it's a quantum signal being broadcast into the universe, calling wealth home to you. Now visualize people thanking you for the value you provide. Imagine your skills, ideas, and energy being appreciated and generously compensated. Picture yourself receiving applause, recognition, and income not because you begged for it, but because you are aligned with it. This is a key piece, seeing yourself as deserving. Let your body react to the visualization. Smile if you feel joy. Sigh in relief if you feel peace. Cry if the release of old limitations brings it out. Let the vision take root not just in your mind, but in your entire nervous system. Wealth is not only imagined, it is emotionally rehearsed, felt, and embodied. Visualizing money flowing back to you is also a declaration. I trust the universe to return what I release. It's a faith practice. As you visualize this return, you're programming your reality with a new default, not one of struggle and lack, but one of ease and multiplication. You are rewriting the financial blueprint of your energetic field. You may even begin to receive flashes of insight during this process. Ideas for income, nudges toward people, reminders of forgotten resources. Don't dismiss these as distractions, they are breadcrumbs from the universe. Visualization opens the channel, and sometimes what flows through is not just money, but divine guidance on how to receive it. Spend time in the vision, let it stretch out, let it become more vivid with every breath. You're not rushing, you are immersing. If you feel resistance or doubt creep in, pause and breathe. Remind yourself that this is your creation space. You are the author of this wealth story. Doubt is only the shadow of old programming. It cannot remain where belief is growing. You can even turn this visualization into a mini movie in your mind. Replay it as often as you like. The more consistent your mental imagery, the more deeply it embeds into your subconscious, which then begins to organize your external reality to match that internal vision. The world around you bends to the frequency you project. When combined with physical cash in your hand, visualization becomes supercharged. It turns abstract intention into tangible experience. You are holding the symbol of wealth while seeing the outcome of wealth, and this double, layered approach speaks directly to the universe. I am ready for more. I already see it. I already feel it. I already believe. And this is the final power of visualization. It bypasses time. It takes you into the future and brings that energy back into the now. When you do this, money cannot help but respond. It is already returning because you've already seen it, believed it, and felt it. In your inner world, it's already done. The outer world is simply catching up. Your body is a map of spiritual energy. It's not just flesh and bones, it's a living conduit, a channel through which energy flows, transforms, and manifests. Every part of your body has a metaphysical role, and your hands, especially your left and right hands, carry profound energetic symbolism. When working with money during this ritual, using both hands with intention aligns you with the natural flow of giving and receiving. Your left hand, often called the receiving hand, is directly connected to your intuitive and feminine energy, the side that absorbs, attracts, welcomes, and draws in energy from the universe. The right hand, on the other hand, is considered your projecting or giving hand, connected to masculine energy, action, output, and creation. Together, they form a sacred energetic loop that mirrors the very nature of wealth: flow in, flow out. Holding money in your left hand is a declaration, "I am ready to receive." It's a gesture of openness and magnetism. You're saying to the universe that you trust its abundance and that you are an available vessel for prosperity. The left hand doesn't chase, it attracts. And when you start your ritual by receiving money into this hand, you're aligning with that powerful, passive, magnetic principle. Pause and reflect on how it feels to place the cash in your left hand. Is there tension, discomfort, resistance? That may be your first sign of an energetic block around receiving. Many people are comfortable giving, but struggle deeply with accepting gifts, wealth, or help. This ritual becomes a form of healing, reminding you that it's not just okay to receive, it's divine. Now, after you've received with your left hand, gently pass the money into your right hand. This motion is not just physical, it's symbolic. It is the act of taking what you have received and activating it with intention. The right hand is the hand of action, of offering, of power. When you hold money in your right hand, you are saying, "I am ready to put this into motion." This flow left to right, receive to give, is a universal rhythm. It mirrors the tides of the ocean, the inhale and exhale of breath, the seasons of nature. Abundance is never meant to stagnate. It flows in cycles. And when you pass money between your hands with this level of awareness, you're not just handling currency, you're moving spiritual energy. It's important not to rush this motion. Feel the transfer. Hold the money in your left palm and allow yourself to feel gratitude for its presence. Then, with conscious breath, transfer it to the right. Let the right hand activate your intention, whether it's to multiply, to invest, to give, or to save. You are engaging in a physical prayer, a movement of manifestation. You can even speak as you move the money. Into the left hand, I receive with gratitude. Into the right hand, I give with purpose. These affirmations seal the energetic flow and teach your subconscious that you are a channel for infinite wealth, not a container that gets full and afraid. Balance is everything. Just as it's dangerous to always give and never receive, it's also limiting to always receive and never release. Money must move, energy must move. When you hold with fear, you block the flow. But when you trust the rhythm of giving and receiving, you unlock the true secret of wealth. Circulation creates expansion. The left and right hands also symbolize your relationship with the world, how you take from it, and how you contribute to it. Holding money in both hands during this ritual is a reminder that you are in a divine partnership with the universe. It gives, you receive, you give, it returns. The cycle continues endlessly as long as you remain in trust. This practice also helps anchor you into present moment awareness. You are not just visualizing. You are engaging your body, your breath, your hands, your senses. The act of moving the money from hand to hand is like a meditative dance, syncing your inner energy with the outer action. It's no longer just thought, it becomes embodiment. You may even begin to feel subtle sensations in your palms as you do this: tingling, warmth, pressure. That's energy, that's alignment, that's the body responding to intention. If you feel nothing at first, don't worry. The more you practice with presence, the more sensitive you become to energetic shifts. Trust that it's working. whether you feel it yet or not. Over time, this simple practice creates a subconscious programming. You begin to believe in reciprocity, in the natural exchange of value. You begin to feel confident giving, knowing that more will return, and you begin to feel worthy of receiving, knowing that the universe is limitless. These beliefs, when internalized, change your financial reality permanently. So as you hold money during this ritual, honor both hands. Don't let them simply be tools, let them be temples of manifestation. Your left hand welcomes the energy, your right hand directs it. And together, they create the sacred loop that attracts more, gives more, and returns more endlessly, effortlessly, abundantly. In nearly every ancient culture, anointing was a sacred act. Whether for kings, prophets, altars, or offerings, applying oil or water was never just about fragrance or cleanliness, it was about sanctification. It meant that the object being anointed was no longer ordinary. It was now charged, blessed, and set apart for divine purpose. The same applies in this ritual. When you anoint your cash with oil or spiritually charged water, you're not just handling money, you're preparing a spiritual offering with the intention of multiplication. Money, as we've already discussed, carries energy. It absorbs the frequency of wherever it's been, whether fear, greed, joy, or gratitude. Before you activate it as a tool for manifesting more, it's wise to purify it. This is where anointing comes in. By adding sacred oil or intentional water, you wash away the old imprints and replace them with your own vibration, setting it on a new course of spiritual resonance. The choice of oil matters. Certain essential oils have been known for centuries to carry specific metaphysical properties. Cinnamon oil, for example, is a classic in abundance work. It's warm, magnetic, and charged with fiery prosperity energy. Just a drop on the corner of a bill activates its frequency to attract. Peppermint oil, another powerful choice, is tied to clarity, expansion, and financial speed. Frankincense elevates the vibration even further, inviting spiritual support into the ritual. If you don't have oil, don't worry. Water, when prayed over or charged with intention, becomes equally powerful. Water carries memory, emotion, and energy. Think about how many spiritual ceremonies from baptisms to blessings use water as a medium of transformation. You can take a small bowl of clean water, whisper words of abundance into it, visualize golden light infusing it, and then dip your fingers into it before lightly touching the cash. When you anoint the money, do it slowly and reverently. Take the bill in your hands and, using a single drop of oil or a dampened fingertip, trace a symbol of abundance on it, perhaps a spiral representing expansion, a circle representing infinite return, or even your own initials, imprinting it with your energetic signature. This turns the money into more than a transaction tool, it becomes a spiritual beacon. As you touch the bill with oil or water, speak an invocation. You are cleansed, charged, and chosen. You return to me multiplied, blessed, and overflowing. These aren't just words, they're commands. You are now treating money the way ancient mystics treated sacred objects, with reverence, purpose, and presence. And in doing so, you awaken its power to respond in kind. You might even light a candle as you anoint the money, preferably a green, gold, or white one. The flame, combined with the scent of the oil or the purity of the water, creates an atmosphere that signals to your subconscious, this is not routine, this is sacred. The more you immerse your senses sight, smell, touch, the deeper the ritual embeds in your energetic field. As the scent of the oil rises, let yourself breathe it in. Aromas bypass the analytical mind and speak directly to your emotional and spiritual centers. Cinnamon might energize you, peppermint might wake your vision, and frankincense might connect you with something higher. These oils don't just linger in the air, they linger in your aura, reinforcing the ritual even after it's complete. You can choose to anoint only one bill, a seed bill, and let it represent all of your wealth. Or you can anoint several, creating a vibrational ripple through your financial life. Either way, the moment you touch that oil or water to money, you're saying, I claim you for prosperity. I free you from old energy. I activate you to multiply. Be mindful not to soak or damage the cash. It's symbolic, not functional. A single touch is enough. What matters is not the amount of oil, but the intention behind the act. You are engaging in a mystical process, one that transcends the physical object. You're using ancient wisdom to reprogram energy in your favor. As you continue to anoint, imagine a light forming around the money. See it glowing with golden or emerald radiance. This is your visualization working in harmony with physical action, the perfect union of inner belief and outer motion. When action and spirit move together, miracles are born. This is the core of ritual magic. Once the anointing is done, let the money sit for a few moments. Allow it to absorb the scent, the energy, the intention. Don't rush. Let it dry in silence or place it under a crystal or candle for extra energetic charging. In this state, the money becomes a symbolic vessel of your financial future, not just a means of purchase. Later, when you spend or give this money, it carries your intention outward. It becomes a messenger, a signal to the universe that says, more like this, please. And because it was touched with reverence, charged with energy, and released with faith, it will return not alone, but multiplied and magnified. This simple act of anointing might seem subtle, but in the spiritual world, subtlety is everything. A drop of oil, a whisper of blessing, a touch of water, these are ancient technologies that transcend logic. When combined with belief, they unlock the flow of divine prosperity, not only around you but from within you. Repetition is one of the oldest and most powerful tools for reprogramming the mind. What we say repeatedly becomes what we believe, and what we believe becomes what we attract. This is why, during the ritual to multiply money, speaking a prosperity affirmation exactly 7 times is more than a suggestion. It is a spiritual command backed by ancient rhythm and universal law. The number 7 carries deep spiritual significance. It represents completion, perfection, and divine order in nearly every culture and religious tradition. There are 7 days in a week, 7 chakras, 7 notes in a musical scale, and 7 heavens in many belief systems. When you repeat an affirmation 7 times, you're not just speaking words, you are activating universal resonance. You are aligning with a cosmic blueprint of abundance. Choose an affirmation that vibrates with power, one that you can feel in your bones when you speak it. It must not be empty words. It must stir something inside you. A good affirmation for this ritual might be, money flows easily, endlessly, and abundantly into my life. Or, I am a powerful magnet for wealth, and I receive it now with joy. Or even something more personal, every rupee I touch returns to me multiplied in divine ways. Now, with the money in your hand, sit in stillness and prepare to speak. Your tone matters, your breath matters. Don't whisper with fear, speak with certainty, as though your voice is the brush painting your future. Your affirmation is not a request, it is a declaration. You are not asking for money to come, you are calling it home. Speak the affirmation once slowly, with presence. Let each word vibrate from your chest, not just your throat. After the first time, pause. Feel the energy shift. Don't rush to the next repetition. This isn't about speed, it's about depth. Each time you repeat the phrase, you are going deeper into alignment, like striking a bell that echoes farther each time. The second time, feel your confidence rise. Let the words gain strength. Imagine them wrapping around the money like threads of light. The third time, close your eyes and see what you're saying. Visualize money flowing, doors opening, miracles unfolding. With each repetition, the unseen becomes more real. By the 4th and 5th time, you may start to feel an emotional reaction, goosebumps, a warm chest, even tears. That's a sign of connection. Your spirit is responding. You're breaking through the old financial programming, clearing space for new wealth patterns. These affirmations are not just words anymore, they are vibrational instructions. The sixth repetition should feel like power surging through your body. At this point, the affirmation has moved from your conscious mind into your subconscious layer, which is where all lasting change happens. This is the point where you're no longer speaking to money, but with money in a sacred dialogue of abundance. And on the seventh and final repetition, speak the affirmation with full authority. Imagine that this is your final chance to declare it to the universe and let it ring like thunder. Your words should carry faith, certainty, and finality. It is done, it is spoken, it is sealed. You have just coated your reality with wealth. The simple act of repeating a powerful prosperity statement 7 times may seem small, but its effects ripple outward like waves. The universe responds not just to what you say, but how consistently you say it. That's why so many people fail at manifesting. They speak weakly, briefly, and inconsistently. But you are different. You are deliberate. The beauty of this practice is that it creates momentum. The next time you speak the affirmation, it will be stronger. The words will come quicker, more naturally. And your subconscious, which previously doubted, feared, or resisted money, will now start to accept abundance as normal, as expected, as inevitable. You can use the same affirmation every time you do the ritual, or change it depending on what you're focusing on. But remember, repetition creates reality. Whether you believe it at first or not doesn't matter. What matters is that you say it with presence, emotion, and rhythm. Over time, your inner world bends to match your spoken word. This sevenfold repetition also acts as a ritual seal. After anointing the money, visualizing it, and speaking to it, the affirmations anchor everything you've just done into your energetic field. They bind the intention to the material and set the energy into motion. Think of each affirmation like striking a match with 7 flames. The fire is now burning bright. And finally, after completing the 7th affirmation, allow yourself to sit in the energy. Don't rush away. Let the frequency settle. You've just cast a spiritual order into the fabric of the universe. And the universe, ever listening, ever obedient, now begins moving people, situations, and opportunities into place, all in response to the power of your repeated words. Visualization is the engine of manifestation. It is the sacred language of the subconscious mind, a tool that bridges thought and reality. When you visualize money returning to you multiplied, you are not engaging in fantasy. You are scripting your future, wiring your brain for abundance, and aligning your vibration with the frequency of financial overflow. In this moment, your imagination becomes a womb nurturing and birthing the wealth you desire. As you hold the money in your hands, close your eyes and see the impossible become inevitable. Picture that same money leaving your hands but not disappearing. Instead, see it circling back, bringing with it companions, more money, new opportunities, unexpected blessings. Feel the current of movement. This is not loss. This is investment. This is divine return. Imagine it with detail. Don't just see money. See how it returns. Does it show up in your bank account, with the balance increasing overnight? Does someone unexpectedly hand you cash? Do you receive a large sale, a business opportunity, a gift? Let your mind play. The more specific and vivid the vision, the stronger the energetic blueprint you create for the universe to follow. Allow yourself to feel the emotions of the return. What does it feel like to open your banking app and see 5 figures you weren't expecting? What does it feel like to find a check in the mail? What does it feel like to finally pay off that debt or book that dream vacation without hesitation? These feelings are not fiction, they are fuel. Emotion energizes visualization. The stronger the feeling, the faster the manifestation. Now, take it further. Imagine that every bill you just anointed and affirmed is now a seed. And like all seeds, it multiplies when planted with faith. See $1 100 bill turn into $1 0 0 0, then $10 0 0 0, then a continuous flow. Visualize this process looping. Let it become a cycle of overflow, give, receive, expand, repeat. Money is not static, it is movement. Flow is its natural state. Picture yourself standing in a field of energy. In this field, money rains down like golden leaves. It covers your hands, your body, your home. It doesn't overwhelm you, it blesses you. You feel peace, not panic. You feel deserving, not guilty. This is important. You must believe that you are worthy of what you visualize. Without worthiness, even the clearest picture falls flat. Imagine people thanking you as you receive. Imagine the wealth you generate helping others, family, friends, strangers. Picture yourself donating, investing, building, circulating wealth like a divine steward. This level of visualization creates not just temporary gain, but legacy wealth. It paints you not just as a receiver, but as a source. Include symbols in your visualization: gold coins, overflowing vaults, glowing bank cards, emerald auras, glowing number sevens, or even ancient symbols of wealth like the tree of life or cornucopia. These images awaken the archetypes of abundance within your psyche. They remind your soul of its infinite capacity to manifest. Spend time watching the visualization unfold. Let it evolve. Let it show you things your conscious mind couldn't have planned. Sometimes, in the quiet of deep visualization, divine ideas arrive, solutions appear, inspired actions are revealed. This is the channel of wealth consciousness opening wider with every mental image you hold. You might also visualize your future self calm, wealthy, joyful. See how they dress, speak, live, and give. Let this version of you guide your energy. Ask them silently, "What did you do to get here?" Then listen. This future self exists already on another vibrational plane. By visualizing them, you merge timelines, bringing the future into now. While visualizing, your brain doesn't know the difference between real and imagined. That's the secret. When you do this deeply and consistently, your subconscious accepts the vision as truth. It then nudges your decisions, attitudes, and energy toward matching that new truth. This is where miracles begin to form, not by force, but by alignment. If you struggle to visualize, use aids: a vision board, photos of money, wealth symbols, even audio affirmations, or simply feel what you want to see. Sometimes feeling is even more powerful than sight. As long as you embody the experience in some form, visual, emotional, or sensory, you are casting the spell of manifestation. Don't rush through this part of the ritual. Visualization is not a side task, it is the activation button. It tells the universe, "This is what I want, this is what I am ready to receive." So take your time, breathe it in, smile as you see it, let gratitude well up for what's already on the way. Your future wealth is already written, your job is to see it until you believe it. Finally, remind yourself that this vision is not imaginary, it is pre-real. What you see in your inner world creates the scaffolding for your outer world. Every millionaire, every visionary, every master of wealth saw it first in the realm of imagination. The difference between them and the rest is that they didn't stop. They visualized until it materialized. Your hands are not just physical tools for action, they are energetic centers. They hold, transmit, and receive energy. Throughout history, healers, mystics, and spiritual practitioners have used the hands to channel divine power. When you hold money during this ritual, you're not merely holding paper or coins, you are holding a symbol of universal energy that responds to your frequency. The moment you grip that cash, you must tune in to more than just the physical texture of it. You need to feel its essence, close your eyes, block out the noise of logic, and step into the space of sensation. How does it feel to hold money not as a thing to spend, but as an extension of infinite supply? This shift in perception is the foundation of manifesting multiplied wealth. Instead of thinking, "This is all I have," feel the power of "This is what I command." Let every nerve in your hand absorb abundance like a sponge. Imagine that each crease of the bill, each shimmer of the coin, is vibrating with the history of prosperity money that has traveled the world, changed lives, and now rests in your possession, waiting for your intention. At first, this may feel unnatural, especially if you've experienced financial struggle, but hold it long enough, breathe deeply, and let the walls begin to fall. The energy of abundance isn't outside of you, it's flowing through you, activated by your awareness. The more present you become with the money in your hands, the more it begins to respond to your energy. You may start to feel a subtle tingling, warmth, or even a pulse in your palms. This is no coincidence. This is your body syncing with the vibration of wealth. Your subconscious mind is awakening. The barriers between you and financial flow are thinning. You're not begging for money anymore, you are communing with it. Now, amplify the sensation. Imagine golden light radiating from the cash into your palms, then up your arms, filling your chest. Let this golden energy spiral upward to your head, downward to your feet, until your entire body hums with the feeling of wealth. This is not fantasy, it's energetic reality. This is you embodying the frequency of abundance. Money responds to emotion, intention, and vibration. By consciously infusing your hands with the energy of wealth, you're shifting your identity from someone who lacks to someone who commands. You are no longer operating in fear or scarcity, you are grounded in certainty. The cash in your hand becomes a symbol of all that is coming. Spend a few moments focusing solely on the feeling. Block out thoughts. Tune into sensation. Ask yourself, what does wealth feel like? And not just logically, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Wealth has a texture, it has a temperature, it has a rhythm. Let it rise in you like a tide. The stronger the feeling, the more powerful the attraction you create. Some people fear feeling rich before they have evidence. But this is the key reversal. You feel rich first, then reality rearranges to match the frequency. Holding the money and choosing to feel abundance is not delusion. It is intention in motion. The universe doesn't operate by facts, it operates by energy, and energy follows feeling. To intensify the process, speak into the money as you hold it. Whisper, I bless you with increase. You are a seed of overflow. You will return to me multiplied, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Let your words add another layer of vibration to the ritual. Your voice carries power. When combined with energy and touch, it becomes a manifestation trinity. Your hands, when energized by emotion and sacred intention, become a gateway for miracles. It's no coincidence that the act of giving and receiving involves the hands. They are portals, and when charged with abundance, they signal the universe that you are ready to circulate and receive greater wealth. You can also recall past memories of abundance while holding the money. Moments when you felt financially safe, celebrated, gifted, or blessed. Let those feelings rise and merge with the energy in your hands. This memory, emotion fusion, strengthens the signal you're broadcasting, a signal the universe will reflect back to you in tangible form. Finally, imagine that your hands are glowing with white, gold light, and the money you're holding is absorbing it like sunlight into leaves. This is the visual and energetic seal. You're not only holding wealth, you're activating it. You're telling the universe, this is what I carry. This is who I am. This is what returns to me multiplied. From this point on, every time you touch money, you'll begin to feel different, because your hands will remember. They've been awakened. The energetic blueprint of abundance is now imprinted in your palm, your cells, your being, and money, which responds to energetic familiarity, will start flowing back to you like it's returning to its rightful source. Visualization is the creative engine of manifestation. When you close your eyes and clearly see a future outcome, you activate the subconscious mind and align it with the energetic blueprint of what you desire. In the context of this ritual, once you're holding the cash and have spoken over it, the next step is to see it returning to you multiplied not once, not twice, but in abundance beyond logic. Take a deep breath, center yourself, and allow your mind's eye to create a vivid picture. Start with the money you're holding. See it shimmering with energy as if it's glowing gold or surrounded by an aura. This money is no longer static. It's alive with intention, vibrating with the power of your spoken word and the energy of your desire. Now imagine it moving, flowing outward, like a stream that you have released into the universe. As that stream flows outward, begin visualizing how it returns. See the money coming back to you in unexpected ways. Visualize checks in the mail, bank alerts of new deposits, surprise refunds, people handing you cash, business booming, doors opening. Imagine it arriving in waves not just once, but continuously in increasing measure. Don't limit the source. The universe doesn't need logic to deliver wealth. It needs your permission. Let your imagination stretch far beyond your current circumstances. Picture people discussing your name in rooms you haven't entered, opportunities finding you without effort, and money flowing to you from channels you never considered possible. Let this be the movie of your mind, and you are the star. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between reality and vividly imagined experiences. When you see yourself already receiving multiplied wealth, your brain begins to adjust its frequency, preparing your body and energy field to accept, attract, and align with that reality. This is not daydreaming, this is divine engineering. You are creating a mental framework that reality can then fill in. Be specific when possible. See the exact numbers. Imagine $1, 100 becoming $500, or $1, 0, 0, 0 returning as $10, 0, 0, 0. The more detail you give your vision, the more real it becomes in your psyche. If you can feel it emotionally and physically, your nervous system starts to normalize wealth, and when wealth feels normal, it flows with ease. Allow emotion to rise. Let gratitude overflow as if it already happened. Smile. Feel the lightness in your chest. Imagine the peace of financial freedom, the joy of giving, the thrill of overflow. Let your entire body respond to the vision. You're not just seeing multiplied money, you're experiencing it now, which tells the universe you're ready to receive. Use all 5 senses in your visualization. Hear the sound of money counting machines. Smell the scent of crisp new bills. Feel the texture of stacks of cash. See the glow of gold coins or fat envelopes. Taste the luxury of a meal paid for with abundance. The more senses you involve, the more powerful and magnetic your vision becomes. It's also powerful to see yourself in different locations where money manifests. Visualize yourself opening your wallet and finding more than you expected. Imagine your phone buzzing with payment alerts. Picture a loved one saying, "You just received a large sum." This variety of scenes tells your subconscious, "This is not fantasy. This is my reality, now unfolding." Repeat this visualization daily, even after the ritual. The consistency of your inner imagery strengthens your energetic alignment with wealth. Think of it as watering the seeds you planted during the ritual. Each mental picture adds nourishment to your intention, helping it grow and manifest into form. You may also visualize money multiplying before your eyes. See one bill turning into 5, then 10, then a pile, then a room full. See coins duplicating, doubling, spreading. Picture yourself unable to hold it all, needing safes, vaults, new accounts. This creates a deep psychological imprint that you are overflowing with wealth. Let your visualization be both grounded and wild. Grounded enough to relate to your current life, but wild enough to break the boundaries of your past experiences. This is not the time for logic, this is the realm of the unseen, where bold imagination becomes divine instruction. You're not asking if, you're declaring when. Visualizing multiplied money not only draws it to you, it prepares you to handle it. Many people push money away unconsciously because they've never seen themselves as worthy of overflow. But through this practice, you become emotionally familiar with abundance, and anything you feel safe with, you attract. Remember, energy follows attention. What you consistently visualize, you will eventually realize. The ritual with cash in your hands is the spark, but your ongoing visualization is the fuel. Every image, every feeling, every imagined moment is a thread in the fabric of your new financial reality. You are weaving wealth into your life, one vision at a time. The environment you dwell in has a direct impact on your vibration, focus, and belief systems. If your surroundings constantly echo scarcity, clutter, or disorganization, your mind absorbs that and projects it outward. On the other hand, when you intentionally surround yourself with symbols of wealth, you are reprogramming your subconscious to accept wealth as natural, accessible, and familiar. Symbols of wealth don't always mean expensive items. They are visual, auditory, and energetic cues that align your mind with prosperity. It could be a vision board filled with luxury images, affirmations posted on your mirror, golden decor, or even the sound of a cash register or money counter playing in the background. These small elements collectively shape your energetic atmosphere. Why does this work? Because the subconscious mind is symbolic, not logical. It speaks in images, emotions, and repetition. When you expose it to wealth symbols daily, it begins to normalize abundance. The mind starts to accept, this is my life, this is who I am. And once your identity aligns with wealth, your actions, decisions, and vibrations follow suit. One of the most powerful and accessible wealth symbols is physical cash itself. Keeping a crisp, high-denomination bill in your wallet and never spending it creates an anchor for wealth. Every time you see or touch it, you reinforce the message, money stays with me, I attract and hold abundance. This ritualistic act subtly shifts your financial self-image from lack to plenty. Another effective practice is surrounding yourself with colors of prosperity such as gold, green, royal blue, or deep purple. These colors have been used in spiritual and cultural traditions to represent richness, royalty, and divine favor. Incorporate them in your home, workspace, altar, or wardrobe. Let every glance at your environment remind your spirit, I live in wealth energy. You can also place symbols of affluence in specific areas of your home, especially according to Feng Shui or spiritual wealth practices. For instance, the southeast corner of your home is traditionally associated with money energy. Place a money tree, gold coins, crystals like citrine or pyrite, or even a small altar with cash or coins there to amplify financial vibration. Even the art you hang on your walls matters. Images of open doors, flowing rivers, harvests, and palaces subconsciously program your mind to expect flow, opportunity, and opulence. Avoid imagery that speaks of loss, emptiness, or scarcity. Everything you see regularly shapes your internal movie, and your internal movie becomes your lived reality. Your digital environment also plays a role. Set your phone wallpaper to a picture of your financial goals, wealth affirmations, or abundant scenes. Follow pages and creators who speak of abundance, not fear. Let the algorithms work for you by feeding your brain with constant positive money messaging. In sound frequency practices, certain tones and music are linked to abundance and expansion. Listening to frequencies like 528 Hz or 963 Hz while visualizing or relaxing in your space can deepen your energetic resonance with wealth. Sound is a powerful carrier of energy, and when used intentionally, it opens subconscious gates. Keep objects that represent wealth to you personally. Maybe it's a luxurious pen, a leather-bound journal, a precious gift someone wealthy once gave you, or even a symbolic gold coin. These objects act as energetic talismans, silently reminding your spirit of what you are attracting and what already belongs to you. Don't underestimate the power of cleanliness and order. Clutter is not just physical, it is energetic congestion. When you remove unnecessary mess and arrange your space intentionally, you allow money energy to flow freely. Wealth loves beauty, space, and respect. Clean your space like you would if a wealthy guest were arriving, because that guest is your future self. Affirmations placed visibly in your space also serve as wealth symbols. A note on your mirror that says, "Money flows to me effortlessly," or "I am a magnet for divine riches," might seem simple, but over time it reprograms your inner narrative. Words are spells, and when spoken and seen repeatedly, they shape destinies. Additionally, journaling in a wealth-focused notebook is another symbolic tool. This isn't any notebook, it's one dedicated to gratitude for money, visions of prosperity, and documenting manifestations. It becomes a sacred financial script, showing your subconscious that wealth is worth honoring, tracking, and celebrating. Finally, align your behavior to match your symbols. If you decorate your space with wealth icons but speak in poverty terms, the energies cancel out. Let the symbols be more than day. Let them shift your mindset and speech. Walk into your environment daily and affirm, "This space is rich. I am rich. I live in the vibration of increase." Words carry tremendous power. They are not merely sounds or expressions. They are energetic frequencies that mold the invisible into the visible. When you hold cash in your hands during the ritual, one of the most important acts you can perform is to speak abundance over that money. Your words become commands to the universe, setting the tone for what must return to you. Think of your voice as a creative wand. Each time you speak into your money with confidence, gratitude, and authority, you activate spiritual law. The cash in your hand is no longer ordinary. It becomes charged with intention. It's no longer just paper or coins. It becomes an energetic placeholder for multiplied abundance. The process begins with blessing the money. You don't just hold it idly, you consciously honor it. Whisper words like, "You are sacred, you are powerful, you multiply in my life." This might seem small, but you are sending a signal to the quantum field. This money carries purpose. You begin to build a sacred bond with your finances instead of fear or neglect. Speak affirmations that anchor you into prosperity. Say aloud, "This money returns to me tenfold. I am a divine channel for wealth. Every dollar I touch grows and expands. Abundance is my birthright and my reality." As you declare these truths, you're planting energetic seeds into the cash. These seeds will bloom in ways you can't always predict through unexpected income, gifts, opportunities, or growth. It's important to speak in the present tense. The subconscious mind does not understand the future. Saying, "I will be rich," keeps wealth at a distance. Instead, say, "I am wealthy, I am blessed, I am prosperous." These present, tense statements make the vibration real now, not someday. Use a loving tone when you speak to your money. So many people unknowingly curse their wealth by saying things like, "I never have enough," or "money disappears so fast." These words are spells of limitation. In contrast, when you speak to your money as a trusted friend with kindness, gratitude, and honor, it feels safe to stay, grow, and return with more. As you speak, visualize light surrounding the money in your hands. Imagine golden energy expanding around each bill or coin. This light is your spoken word made visible, an aura of intention that elevates the currency beyond the physical. You're not just holding money, you're holding a magnet of multiplication. Feel the emotion behind your words. Flat words have little power, but when you speak with conviction, with joy, faith, or even righteous authority, you stir the emotional currents that influence reality. Say it like you believe it, even if your logical mind resists at first. Your emotion is the fuel that launches your words into manifestation. Create your own money mantra, something simple yet potent. For example, "I bless this money, and it blesses me back abundantly." Or I circulate wealth, and wealth circulates back to me multiplied. Say it every time you hold cash. Over time, your subconscious will associate physical money with divine increase. If you feel resistance or doubt while speaking, address it directly. Say, I release any fear of wealth. I now choose abundance. Be honest with yourself, but don't let negative scripts go unchallenged. Replace them consciously, word by word, moment by moment. Every declaration is a new foundation. You can also speak over your wallet, purse, bank card, or bank statement. Say things like, you are a vessel for overflowing wealth. Bless these symbols with your words so that every interaction with your money field is saturated in prosperity language. For deeper effect, combine your words with breath and rhythm. Speak slowly and deliberately. Let each phrase settle into your body. This ritual is not rushed. It is sacred, intentional communication between you and the flow of wealth itself. Your breath carries your words deeper into the quantum field. Remember, what you say not only programs your mind, but also activates unseen forces. Angels, guides, energies of light all respond to the vibration of your voice. When you speak over your money, you invite these forces to work on your behalf, guiding your money's return path with divine orchestration. And finally, be consistent. One declaration is powerful, but repeated declarations become unstoppable. Make it a daily ritual. Even when you're not holding cash, imagine it and speak over it. Let the frequency of spoken abundance become your normal way of being. And as it becomes your normal, it inevitably becomes your reality.